Langrisser Mobile, the segment Langrisser Season 5 Group Stage Reviews. So, okay, let's see what are the review requests. So the first one is going to be Gymnast versus Alhazard. Well, let me pin in the Discord. So the first one is Gymnast versus Alhazard. So that's from Sadara server. Mm. So let me see from Sadara server. TEFPNST. Hi, welcome to the stream, guys. Okay, so the game are in the card. We have Alhazard versus Gymfist. Okay, so let's just start the game one. I know Alhazard was having some trouble this season. So let's see what box he's using here. So this is a glory box and glory and legend mix box, right? So the whole box is mainly SP Elven is leading the glory faction, and you also have the land use with the legend faction. There are like a couple of legend characters. Yeah, but there is also Origin of Light leading by Juggler. So from the first player side, we have also a glory faction with leading and Elven leading, and also a mystical faction. So old land use is leading that as well. And we also have another land use as a tank in the box. This land use only call faction buff for Odious and also Valor, so it's not that useful. So okay, yeah, the land use in the box is not doesn't seem to be very necessary. So we will see the pick and ban. So first ban is land use here. So Alhazar is trying to do a tank snipe. This may be why he's banning land use here. So leading is getting first picked. Yeah, so this box is very hard for a single target strategy to work, just because he get both the land use and leading. A juggler, if you can lock down and someone else can snipe, that could be a way to break through the wall. Resource sale from both sides, which is fun. We have a lot of debuff from the player one side. We have Angelina from second player here. So those two are actually very similar roles to Snipe. And we have Bozo. Bozo is not going to be very effective against Resourcel. We also have a Detroit. So Angelina needs to do a lot of things here. There's no faction buff for her, but she kind of needs to find a way to snipe either Bozo or Zareda, so that can give you some advantage. So here we have a Yulia. Yulia is having a support with Gospel and also with some debuff resistance support from Resourcel. It looks like the second player is actually, I think second player here is having a better box. Juggler kind of limiting Zoreda's ability a little bit, unless this Zoreda is built to kill juggler using the new sword and also using the 3C skill with the passive skill that further increase Zoreda's attack. So yeah, if Zoreda is to kill juggler, then that's pretty dangerous. But otherwise, yeah, this Zoreda might not be that effective, cause Detroit and Yulia is very hard to snipe. Resourceo, you are not touching her, right? And also Angelina in this map is pretty good. So let's see how the game plays out. From pick and ban side, I think second player is actually doing fine. So Angelina is using angle here. Uh, that makes sniping a little bit hard. So maybe his objective is to snipe the puzzle. Otherwise, I may think, yeah, I may think the graphene radar is probably better. But we'll see. So we have Rian. This Rian is not a bracer. Defense is pretty high, but it's not a bracer. Still very hard to kill. Cannot snap. Yulia might be the key here. So Yulia, after locks down leading with the godly immense, and then the next turn she can try to snap those other things. And of course, she will need the protection from Resourceo. That's okay. And also, Detroit is not using 3C scale, but with God scale. So that's should be fine. Oh, let me check the Zoreda. If the Zoreda is trying to snap the juggler. It doesn't look so, right? It doesn't look so. This is using both 3C scale and killing bow, so that if you fuck up at the timing to use 3C scale, you still have the other skill to bypass the tank. And also you have something to move back, receiving faction buff from Bozo. So that is not a juggler kill build. I don't think this can be sufficient to kill juggler. So there shouldn't be worry about juggler. So those are just some initial positioning. Yeah, the Angelina's goal is definitely to snap the puzzle, which is fun. Angelina already jumps in, so if we push this side, push up, trying to snipe Resourceo. This is not going to kill. Oh, it actually kills. That's fun. Interesting. That's actually a kill because the Zoreda is not using EMB. It's using a new sword. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So it's a trick between Angelina and also the Zoreda. Now the puzzle becomes very tricky to kill because there is nothing else that can do enough physical damage. only with Juggler's Beast Shock, which is there is no Beast Shock here. This is really not necessary to bring the faction buff. I don't think this team needs a faction buff. The faction buff only works with Detroit. Yeah, this Bozo is super hard to kill. I think either way, the Zoraida target should be Bozo, and not the I mean the Angelina's target should be Bozo, not the Zoraida there. Now it's nearly impossible to kill this Bozo. Detroit jumps in. Wind wall triggered. Still dead. Yeah, nothing is very effective because of the resource cell is trying to block all the debuffs. Welcome to the stream, Murners. Murner. Sorry, that's a little bit tricky name to pronounce. Murner. Yeah. Welcome to the stream, Drake. Okay, so the juggler jumps in. Yeah, trying to kill Bozo with juggler is the closest. Yeah, it's probably the closest way to. But this juggler jumped into the grass from Detroit, so there's no water. The damage is very low, and also there's no water for juggler, so he isn't really tanky. Earthquake, still not very effective because of the resource cell, but there's a clock. Should be a kill. Yeah, Rian is dead. Okay. Yeah, Alcazar was having some advantage from the pick and ban there. But I do think killing the Bozo is probably better. But with Resourceo, Bozo is not doing much though, so it's probably fun. So Landius is first banned. Alastro is first banned. Second pick here is Liana, and then Detroit. Resourceo from this Resourceo pick is not super useful against a single target strategy. Yeah, it is not very effective. Resourceo is very strong against the debuff, but is not sustainable to keep your tank alive. So this is not super useful against this team here. Mm. So here Ahazar is trying to do the juggler snipe or trying to do the mage snipe, because usually if you don't bring the Great Dragon barrier, you don't have a magical guard. So Detroit can also find a snipe on these two. And we also have an Ironhound. An Ironhound is not going to do too much. You can try to dispel with the 3C skill, and if you can dispel the guard, maybe someone else can snipe. But those are not super easy to snipe though. So we will see. This chloride cannot kill the juggler. So the idea is probably to push with Yulia, and when Yulia gets super close, lock down the tank, lock down the juggler, and then use chloride and deteriorate to snap. That's probably a safer way. Yeah, doing some reviews. I didn't play Genshin that much. A lot of Langrisser players are ahead of me actually, including including Zenshin Impact. Actually, Zenshin Impact is pretty closer to me, so it's fun. But okay, so we see that yeah, Resourcio is just not helping too much to tank. His gospel is a little bit early. This is a two-turn gospel, and casting now is not helpful. Is not very helpful, right? You're not going to kill this juggler with the holy packs. Yeah. So the best chance to jump in is when you are using these godly mans to lock down the juggler. That's when you jump in and try to snap the others, or you can also try to snap the other thing with magical attack from Detroit. Mm, but you should jump in when the other units can follow up. So it's not the best idea for now to jump in. Yeah, so the gospel is kind of vested, right? Um, there is no teddy bear on Diana. This is when you should really be careful in the timing of using gospel. This is of miracles already trying to jump in. Seeds of miracle also used. But that's not going to kill though, the thing is. That's the holy pack. And also there's no faction buff. It's just a gospel. Yeah, that's not going to kill. Yeah, that's not even close. There is also the trying to snap the Zoreda. That's not a decent trade. The only target Zoreda can kill was Chloride anyway, right? Like this is the only target Zoreda can kill there was that Chloride. Okay. Now try to kill the juggler. That should be a kill now. Resource can revive. Oh, cannot reach the juggler, so that's fine. Yulia cannot really jump in. X again. Snap the resource cell. Okay. Lock down both of them. This Yulia is going to. Yeah, it's not going to. It was actually pretty dangerous. I was thinking maybe this juggler can just kill when counter attack because this is pretty low health one. But I guess yeah, but I guess that's a forest tail. Because the health point is not high enough to trigger the talent, so you don't have increase in damage. Yeah, this puzzle is now dangerous. I think the problem comes from jumping in not at the best timing. So both of the Yulia and the Detroit are getting locked from the juggler. So that's not really ideal. And here, um, yeah, and Diana also cannot heal these two. Um, so here, Yulia cannot get health point back to more than 70%. So that's not enough damage to kill. And this juggler have all the buff, so it's also going to deal plenty damage here. Yeah. So Basil kills Detroit. Yeah, the timing of jumping was not really ideal. But I think the team that Alhazar is using is fine though. Yeah, this Resourceo is not helping much against these single targets. Trading with Chloride and Zareda is not super necessary. It's not like Zareda is a threat to those. So could be waiting for better chance. I think the best timing for Alhazar to jump in is still to jump in with Yulia first, and then yeah, with follow up from Detroit. So Yulia is with like gospel on, and then jumps in, and then Detroit can follow up with Seas of Miracles, and then Chloride can also jumps in when Juggler gets locked. That's probably a better timing to jump in. So yeah, the timing to jump in is not super ideal. That's probably why he failed here. But I do think, again, I do think the pick and ban from Ahazar side is pretty decent. Should have a better chance compared to uh, Jeff Pinst. Okay, so this is these two games. Yeah, I think Ahazar is having advantage from pick and ban in both of the games. So let's check some other game. So we have Kira versus Jigger from Kira's Baldia. Okay. So okay, so this guy has 4 games to reveal. Let's start with here. So Juggler is getting banned from this box. This is a very mythical heavy box. We even see Lambda and Reinforce here. So it's a very mythical heavy. So banning Juggler makes sense. So second player here is also pretty mythical heavy box. The faction buffer for the mythical is only old land use though. We also have some glory faction with SP Elven and Yulia. Interesting that Juggler is banned when second player here has both the SP Elven and Yulia. Okay, so still Juggler ban from both sides. So if this game is a Juggler ban game, then I think first player is having pretty significant advantage over the second player, just from how the box looks like. There is not even like there is no resource from second player, So if player goes with land use without the debuff, like Bazo, Lycoris, Listel, or Odious, Gislov, Reinforce, and also Lambda, there is not much the second player can do, right? The Yulia just gets strict countered. SP Elven cannot break through land use. Yeah, so that looks pretty dangerous for second player already. If there is resource sale, it's a different story, but there's no resource sale here. So, okay. Basil second pick. Yeah, which he can indeed pick Basil the second. So here we have a ritual to counter the debuff a little bit, but there is also a Listel. Another Hound from both sides. So the last pick from player 1 is going to be resource sale. Last pick is Alastrio. Alastrio is not super good in this map. Yeah, and none of these characters looks have bracers. So this tail can be actually deadly. I don't know why this tail is using Undead Knight. Doesn't make too much sense. Especially in this map. He was worrying about the Twitter start from Alastrio. But there is really no such worry because yeah, it's pretty hard to snipe. You have to get into the center and then still pretty hard to snipe this tail, right? So we will see. And also, if you want to be more tanky, probably Skeleton Knight is a little bit more tanky compared to the Undead Knight here. Oh, welcome to the stream. That's my pizza. Also, thanks for reviewing the games for the tourney as well. Yeah, Alastria also have to deal with the land use aura as well. It's pretty hard to kill. This Anarahon also is not afraid of that. Already trying to snap. Land use with the infantry is very tanky against the magical attack, so the ritual is not doing much here. This ritual move is a little bit weird. I'm not super sure why the ritual already moves here. So another home comes in. That's fun. He wants to fail Jagger to hell. Okay. But even that, this is not even killing the first alive, so that doesn't seem to be super effective to me. Oh, 20. Oh yeah. We still have the shield. And now the puzzle time, so the game looks yeah, and also a clock. Yeah, I don't think this is super needed. So we will see. We will see. Okay, so another hunt. Yeah, this can try to maybe you can try to we'll see. It's actually better to attack and get below 70%. So the 3C scale you can do more damage as well. he was worried about he cannot get below 70%, so he just directly used the 3C there, which is fun, I guess. Yeah, the ritual is pretty dead. Yeah, I think he can try to 3C after the normal attack because if you attack into land use, this is pretty clear to me that before removing land use buff, this will get below 70%, right? This is this troop. Um, yeah, you get defense increase. But yeah, I think getting below 70% is still easy with that. Okay. Yeah, this is pretty much GG. Sleep. I don't think that's going to kill actually, cause the troop is pretty tanky. So what you want to do? You want to do double attack to a narrow hound. If you do double attack to a narrow hound, maybe like double normal attack. Is that what you're suggesting? To do double normal attack here? Yeah, maybe actually. Damage taken reduced by 5%. This is only getting one stack. Yeah, maybe if you do double attack, maybe there is a chance you can kill this another hunt. Yeah, yeah. You will also stack another talent. Yeah, there is Lancer attack that reduce the defense. But if the first attack can remove the Lancer, then maybe you get a chance. But you also get some debuff here. So this is a attack decrease. Yeah, cannot use passive skill, which doesn't matter. Yeah, I think it might be tricky. But anyway, I mean, just because you have a damage taken plus 20%, I'm pretty confident that if you attack into these narrow hounds, you will get below 70%, right? So if you get below 70%, and depends on how this one looks like, if all the troops are dead, then the second attack maybe you can try to kill. But if not, then like after that you use the 3C skill, you will get more stack on your talents, and so that will be more damage anyway. So that's probably a better idea to do. So just a normal attack and then use 3C skill or try to snap. Depends on how the first attack looks like. So yeah, but after he missed the chance to try to kill Jagger's another home there, that's pretty much over for him. I mean, for Cura. And also, yeah, Alastria is pretty bad in this map. It doesn't contribute much to this game. So we will see the second game. So second game here, not much change from first player. Still no resource. So yeah, so second player still can go with the debuff strategy. So he's spamming juggler again. So this time maybe okay. Yeah, using SP Elven into a Lancer land use. Mm, I think it's better if you have SP Elven, and you try to fight against Juggler a little bit. Although Juggler can use Lancer, but you can also play with the troop of your other single target units to kind of counter that. and of course SPL can go with flyer as well. Because cavalry SPL when attacking into a lancer land use is really not very effective. So Resourcil already getting picked. And then with Licorice, I would like to pick Basil more than Licorice in this case. But that's fun. So we have Odious, Aris. Aris trying to snipe these two. Depends on how they build. Florentia is always pretty dead against the Aris though. It's pretty hard to make Florentia survive. This is a 5-star Florentia as well. Okay, so yeah, that looks pretty much dead. And we have Odious. And Odious also looks pretty much dead. Oh yeah, I think we're actually. Oh yeah, we will see. Yeah, there is another game from Korea. So we have Basil also. Basil is using boat. His puzzle also looks not very tanky. Another hunt. Okay, another hunt should be fun. Okay, so we have Blood Pack land use. We have Blood Pack land use also from second player. So Licorice, Aris, and also a Lambda. Let's see. This Lambda, yeah, so another hunt is a threat to Lambda though. Great. I think Baldo is better here compared to Licorice, but we will see. So 10 use headgear on Baldo, but Baldo is kind of countered by Resocio a little bit. Everyone is having 3s or 4 stacks here. No 3C skill from Resocio. Interesting. Aris already tried to jump in. This is try to snipe the. Yeah, I would try to move here and then use 3C skill. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. I would move here. I would move here and use 3C skill. And try to snipe that Florentia. This is very dangerous actually. So yeah, because you stay here, there could be a chance you just helps the another home to start up the next turn, right? If another home stays here, yeah, this could be dangerous. Oh, this is a single target, Aris. This is a single target, Aris. Didn't even check. Yeah, but I think a single target Aris is pretty bad against the land use. It's not much chance there. And then another home is getting ready in later turns. Act again. Act again on the Naranjond. Nice. So Naranjond is going to jump in later. So this is the kill if the armor didn't proc. Mm, I don't think that's a kill. Is that a kill? No, I don't think that's a kill. I don't think that's a kill even when the armor didn't proc. It's 30%, right? Yeah, that's not a kill. That's not a kill. To really try to kill a land use to really try to kill land use double life with every single target. Yeah, I think you can give up trying that. That's very hard to do. Maybe you can do it if your opponent has no troop training and his enchant really sucks and it's like not a 6-star land use. Maybe you can kill. Otherwise, it's pretty hard. No matter if the land use is a bracer or if it is a bad pact, you're not going to kill. I don't think so. That's really hard to do. Maybe you can kill the really bad ones with your super giant Iris. So if you say if you have Ragnarok, yeah, maybe that needs some testing. I don't think it can kill consistently, but we will see. Okay, so this is the game here. So let's check the second one with Lufia Scarlet. Oh, that's the first pick um, SPL player. Yeah, this is what I was thinking. Like, if you really want to use that box, maybe you should consider trying to ban out land use. Or you have to put a lot more pressure, like single target pressure, or you have to think about how to break the leg of land use so your SPL can snipe others. Otherwise, yeah, just relying on SPL alone is not going to be very effective. Okay, so SP Elvin first pick against the Cura here. We also have a Leon, so that's a full impair box. Leon is super strong in this map, but you will have to think about how to deal with that Yulia. Also a Detroit. Yeah, so Kira aided in Chloe to fight against the Lufia Scarlet. Maybe he did some work, but it doesn't look like this doesn't look like a game that you would need anything from Chloe. I mean, Chloe can block the fixed damage. That's all. There's not much else can do. I wouldn't even ban that this Chloe, to be honest. It doesn't feel this can help a lot. So this is the thing, right? The troop selection was not the best. Leon will always be cavalry, so maybe in this case, SPL1, I mean, SPL1 kind of need to use Unicore, so that's fine because this is the map. Like, if you don't have Unicore, then your mobility actually sucks pretty hard, right? So that's understandable. Detroit using heavy infantry, which is pretty decent to counter the Lancer troop from the juggler. So Detroit needs to try to snap the juggler. Elvin, SP Elvin needs to deal with that Yulia to try to do the heal block with the Sword Soul, so you can actually kill the Yulia. And then Leon needs to snipe those. Yeah, leading here isn't super useful. It's not super useful. Yeah, there is not much single target from second player side. Skill selection is pretty old. Mm, how do I say? How do I say? I think it is better that Resourcil get the faction buff for these two here, and then the others actually I think is fun, right? If Resourcil get the faction buff here, that's pretty good. You can, yeah, both SP Elven and Leon can take advantage of the faction buff. Leading doesn't fit in super well in this box anyway, just because there's not much to tank against. So leading is not super ideal, but yeah, SP Elven, I guess is calling faction buff for more damage from the faction buff. Um, Leon, yeah, but the Detroit really needs to try to snipe the juggler here. Yeah, I mean you can try to lock down juggler, but Lady's threatening range is not that ideal. So I don't think that's going to be very easy for him to pull juggler, right? Um, yeah, and of course you need to snap the juggler with Detroit. So juggler already jumps in here. Yeah, you kind of need to wait for the jump. Let's see. Suppose Rian. Okay. Then juggler can jump and protect. Still protect the Rian. Actually, Rian just used the 3C skill, which will not do much. This is not doing much. Yeah, I wouldn't super worry about. Yeah, he already jumped, actually, yes. I wouldn't super worry about killing Rian here, though. Like, why would you super worry about killing Rian? Um, Let me think if there will be other better moves. So, yeah, but it's not like there is better moves, though. Everything else is, so, yeah, Detroit can use heavy infantry, as I do think she should use heavy infantry here, but her mobility kind of really sucks. So it's very hard for her to find an opening. So that's fine to try to snap her in and then move back. Oh, this is a little greedy. This is a little greedy, right? This is such a greedy move. This is very very greedy. This is very very greedy. I would just move back to make sure. When Bozo jumps in or when Yulia jumps in, you cannot reach me, right? I would really just try to move back, just attack here and move back. So Yulia, at least Yulia cannot kill. Yeah, this is just trading Leon with Ryan, which is not worth it. Okay, so Detroit trying to snap the juggler, which is not a kill. And now the Leon is also dead, so that's not really ideal. Yeah, that looks GG already. Maybe consider using SP Alvin to get the kill block, and then try to snap the juggler with Detroit was a better method. Um, yeah, because now this juggler is not killable. Yeah, try to use Alvin to get a heal block, and then use Detroit to finish up. Could be a better method there. If juggler is down, the Yulia is still hard to deal with, but there is not much better option. That Yulia was very hard to deal with to begin with, from the pick and ban. So yeah, using SP Elven to apply the heal block to deal with Yulia, that was the method there. But now juggler is not killed, so that's really hard. This juggler is not killable with this SP Elven. It's not killable. So this is already over. Yeah. So this map is not very easy because it's not very easy for Detroit and SP Elven because SP Elven maybe you would consider using the flyer map if you are not if this is not the map, then maybe you consider using Flyer instead of your Unicorn, because you already have Leon with Cavalry. It's pretty clear that this player is going to use Stone Colossus, so Unicorn Elven isn't really helpful a lot. But because of those walls and those forest tails and those mountains, you still need to use Unicorn anyway, but then that makes the mobility. Then you have to do the infantry from Detroit. Then Detroit cannot move super well. So that's just all the things in this map. So okay, so the next one is Carrier versus Lufia Scarlights. So this is a hidden gorge. This is a much better map for Elven SP Elven box to perform. The first ban is actually Florentia. Interesting. So Resocio got first bans. Yeah, this is going to be another first pick Elven. Probably not, considering this is fighting against the Landius. Okay, that's very yeah, that's a very encouraging move to still first pick SB Alvin. It's not going to be super effective though. So we also have Alastrio, Zoraida. Alastrio and Zoraida is limited by juggler's jump, unless the Zoraida is getting ready to kill the juggler. We will see. So we also have last pick should be. I think Yulia is pretty good. It's actually Listel. Listel is not bad as well. It's just that the mobility is not that great. So Luffy and Scarlet also have a tank in the end. So this is to snipe a ritual and Celestial mostly. Not really trying to snipe the juggler, which is fun. So Celestial pretty decent in this map. There's also another Celestial from the carrier side, but Whaler plus Celestial is a better choice. This tail might be still hard to snap, but it depends. There could be a chance that you can snap the this tail. There is also SP Elven. That SP Elven though is not going to do too much. We'll see. So Wither needs to act again on Zoraida turn 1. So she's not snapped from turn 1. From turn 2 by the Illustrial. Right? You have to act again and move back. Yeah, but I mean this is going to trade either with Zoraida or Alestro anyway. So maybe just use 3C scale. There's no 3C scale. Interesting. Why there's no 3C scale? Already teleporting back? Mass heal. Yeah, when there is like friendly units around, he can be snapped as well. Surprising though. That was still a snap. That's a bracer Elven. There was a decrease in defense buff, so that makes sense. So that was trade between SP Elven. This trade is actually fun from player 2 side, just because his SP Elven is not contributing too much anyway. So that trade is actually fun for player 2 here. Now the Zoraida just needs to snap that ritual, and then Alestrio try to snap that Listel, then there could be a chance. Now Zoraida is getting locked. Yeah, I really think Wheeler needs the 3C skill here though. I'm not sure why Wheeler is not using 3C skill. Yeah, this is lost. Yeah, so what really needed is Alestro tries to find a way to snap the Listel, and Zoraida needs to snap the Ritual. So you will have a chance. Wheeler really needs the 3C skill, I think. He did bring technical retreat. He did, but he used that from misposition on Zoraida on turn 1. So he mispositioned Zoraida, putting Zoraida on very aggressively. So that's a That's a position you know that Alastrio is going to reach turn two. So he had to retreat the radar from there. But I think so. What I would do is probably I would not bring Maskill. So I still think you need yeah, he used the retreat instead of the regroup. I think regroup there was better, but he didn't use that. Also, I think really Wheeler needs to bring a 3C scale, right? So what you would bring is probably regroup, 3C scale, and technical retreat. So yeah, like you have to think about how to kill that list tail. If you don't bring 3C scale, I don't know. That looks mega hard to kill this tail. If you bring 3C scale and if you bring the defense down, this list tail is not using the demon troop, so you can break through the Lester, right? So that's actually not a hard kill from Alastrio, right? And if you can snipe this tail with Alastrio, you can snipe, yeah, you can kill with Twilight fairly easily. So if you can snipe this tail with, yeah, if you can kill this tail with Alastrio, you can kill the Ritual with Sarada, then that would look good. But anything, like everything is just not accomplished. Alastrio died from attacking to Ritual, and then Zoraida just gets beast shocked. So yeah, there's some misplay here. So the trade from Kyria, the trade using Zoraida to using Alastrio to trade with SP Elven was actually not ideal for Kyria if you think about it, because that SP Elven from Lufia Scarlet is not going to do much in this match, right? You have a Lancer Troop Juggler, you have a Lancer Land Use. What SP Elven can do? It can do much, right? The only thing SP Elven can do is to limit all the units around tank, which is not accomplishing much because there is no AoE units. Concentrating the units together doesn't help in this match. So really, yeah, that SP Alvin really is not going to do much. The only thing he do is to call faction buff for Alastrio, so Alastrio can kill this tail more effectively. Yeah, this is really yeah, this the trade from Kyria there wasn't super ideal, but also Luffy Scarlet was not super careful with positioning and etc. etc. So he didn't accomplish his Sorida and Illustrious objective as well. This is how he lost the game. Yeah, I think from pick and ban, Kyria was better, but the trade with Alastrio and SP Elven gives Lufia Scarlet some chance. But because of the kind of the misuse of the skill and the positioning, he still didn't take the chance there. So okay, so that's some interesting match. So let me see if we have others. So this is done. This is done. And since that's my pizza is here, maybe we can do this one today. Cause I think I'm going to stop after the next one. So we're going to do that's my pizzas next, and then I will left some for tomorrow for others to review. So okay, so this is uh that's my pizza is from it's from um yeah Dell says okay versus Mr. Take It Easy. So we can see that that's my pizza is using three tank box. This is trying to stop the single target strategy, right? So if you when you have both of them, both Landives and Albedo on the box, it's very hard for single target box to work. So but actually, Mr. Take It Easy is not using a single target box. This box is a little bit of a mix. You have both the single target and some sniper and also some AoEs. So it's more AoE focused because we see Leonhardt, we see this Fairman, we also see Rian and Bozo. So those are very heavy AoE units. So that's my pizza here. The box is also very balanced. Okay, so let's see how this one goes. So actually, first ban is Resosio. Resosio counters a lot of units here, so that's fun. First pick is actually odious. Interesting. There isn't so many mystical faction characters though. Well, we have Rian, but Odious is very good on controlling the mobility of some of the units here, so that's fun. Especially very good against the Juggler. So first pick here is Albedo. Okay, so Albedo versus Albedo. So here we have Yusuke. Yusuke is pretty hard because usually Albedo will use the blood tech. So the 3C skill from Yusuke is not going to be very effective. And also it's pretty effective. It's pretty hard to actually kill Albedo for Yusuke to kill the others. I understand Yusuke here is also a faction buffer, but the use is really, really limited. And we have Licorice and Bozo from That's My Pizza side. So that's a very dangerous thing. Albedo does not provide any support against the AoE. It does provide a little support on the debuff because you can, if you are not silenced, you can kind of transfer the debuff to the opponent's tank. But that's about it. Then we have Ares. So this is a huge, very AoE heavy team against against Mr. Take It Easy's single target, like a more single target focused box. Yeah, but this is very hard, right? How can you kill Albedo here? That's very hard to kill. Detroit, yeah, Detroit heavy infantry cannot kill. Yusuke not going to do much. Yeah, so Licorice is also using mass heal, so that's actually very hard to kill. We have Gizlov, bringing some debuff. Yeah, but so from the pick and ban, it looks that my pizza is having significant advantage here because those debuffs are very hard to deal with from player 2. So broken foot from Kizlov. Yeah, if you can have that, of course, then you can easily snap with Detroit. But Detroit mobility really sucks with heavy infantry in this map. You don't have much mobility, right? That's the problem to be careful with. Okay. This is also a Demon Gislov, which is fun. Health point looks okay. Should be able to survive from Ares AoE. That Wheeler though, Wheeler is dead. Wheeler is dead. Wheeler is dead anytime. Uh, yeah. Gizlov, usually when you use Gizlov, you have pretty heavy mystical buffs. That's true. And also trying to like second pick Yusuke against already like you already picked Albedo. Second pick Yusuke doesn't make much sense. Is really not contributing much. Like how would you kill Albedo with Yusuke? That's not happening, right? And Gizulov is replacing Yusuke's faction buff. This is also not really ideal. Gisel's faction buff gives you clock after you can kill. I mean, not a complete clock, but some reduction in cooldown. This is not as good as this Yusuke's own faction buff. So what needs to be done here? The better way is probably to try to stay back a little bit and you know use Giselo's faction buff first and then use Yusuke's faction buff. Because you really don't want Yusuke to have Giselo's faction buff. Yusuke can jump into the fog to reset the cooldown of others. If this happens, that's a perfect play. That could be involve the collection of top plays. So you have like reset cooldown for like Detroit, and Detroit use like Seas of Miracle and makes a kill. Then that would be an awesome play indeed, Sunny Harry. That's the awesome play we were talking about. That's fun. So yeah, this puzzle is going to make trouble, as I said. So there is only Wheeler, so Wheeler needs to use the dispel now, but there is also some AoE from Licorice next turn. This turn there will be Iris is going to jump in as well, so that looks really really hard. Yeah, so uh now this Detroit is actually dead. This is a misposition of Detroit. Yeah, I think now it's better if you have retreat here. But now this Detroit is just dead. I may let me think if I should kill. I think you can. You can kill one, two, three, four. Let me think what's the better play here. If you jump in, you can kill Yusuke here. And then Detroit cannot use any skill. Oh yeah, so actually kill Yusuke is better here. So you kill Yusuke, Detroit cannot do anything, right? You cannot do anything here. So yeah, because if you kill Detroit, you will lose turn priority, and Yusuke is going to kill you. So yeah, AOE here is the best. Yeah, this Yusuke is dead. This Yusuke is dead. So Yusuke clocks, reset the cooldown. Yeah, this is a toxic comment though. That's not what I mean. That's fine. Yeah, but this is kind of over. Like the team from Mr. Take It Easy was pretty weak against all the AoEs. Yeah, Construct is dead. That's pretty bad as well. But this is already over, right? Another AoE, then Detroit is down. So yeah, this is over. This is over. From the pick and ban, you can see that that's my pizza was having significant advantage over Mr. Take It Easy. Starting from the second ban, the picks from Mr. Take It Easy was not a very effective already. Yeah, really, Yusuke there, yeah, like he's just getting bombarded by all the AoEs and not doing much. So here we see Mr. Take It Easy. We have more of the dispel, right? You think he takes it too easy? Yeah, that's fine. So Mr. Take It, that's my pizza. Also, it's actually keeping a very similar box here. So juggler still, juggler first ban, juggler first ban. So I would directly pick Resourceo here, actually. But if you pick Resourceo, that's my pizza has SP11 to deal with you, although you can then ban his tank as well. These two. So I think maybe that's fun to actually pick Resourceo directly and then see what That's My Pizza do. Because if you don't pick Resourceo and then with that kind of box, still pretty hard to find with all the debuffs. Albedo. So Resourceo is bye bye. Or actually not. Interesting. Ozo and Rian are banned. So here you can, oh, then P2 picks Odious. That's fun. Yeah. Yeah, P1 doesn't have Odious. Yeah. So here, hmm. So here probably maybe you can consider picking the Fairman. Okay. Picking a healer that early. That's not the best move, right? I would pick him actually. I would pick this guy. And I would ban these two. I would ban these two and pick this guy. Or maybe I ban these two. Depends. But now if you pick a healer here, it's pretty clear that my pizza is going to let you have two healers. And then you will not have a sufficient firepower. So now I just ban Leon Hut, and then I ban Gizlov. Then you lose all the win condition, right? Or I can ban SP Elven, although I don't need to. Yeah, Leon Hut. Okay, Yuski and Sophia. Actually, giving him Gizlov. Yeah, it's just his SP Elven is not doing too much against Albedo. Gizlov. Yeah, I think maybe I would ban Gizlov there actually, cause Gizlov is the randomness, right? If my Gizlov give me a block, right, like a lag down in albedo, then maybe there is a chance that my SP Elven or Leonhard can snipe one unit. The bottle is not as effective as the previous game because of resource sale. There is still Aris. Mm. Aris is a threat to resource sale, so we'll see. Yeah, player one's SPL when is sucks against the audios. That's also true. Double breeze. So player one needs to stay back a little bit. Check ritual skills. Oh, you have gospel? No, you don't have gospel. Oh, is the very aggressive AOE skill. Interesting. I think I might consider gospel still though. Yeah, interesting. AOE ritual is using AOEs. So there could be a combo of AOEs. So the goal is to have enough damage to kill instead of doing debuff, I guess. It is to eat the shells. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, that's the thing. Oh, that's very smart. Yeah, I already forgot. Yes, yes, Ritual's resist skill actually very effective against the resource sale, right? Yes. That's very smart. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I never think about it. Yeah, that's a very, very nice idea to use ritual to break it. So Leonhard was trying some luck to see if he can remove the guard skill here, which is not removed. So then Leonhard cannot do much. Can go back now. Another AoE here. Almost killed Basil. Almost killed Basil. You didn't think of her 3C skill until this match. Yeah, that's really, really nice. Yeah, I think, yeah, this is almost a kill though, but it didn't kill. It's pretty lucky to get the damage taken. Maybe if this is a blood sword with pretty good enchant, this can be a kill. Because Basil doesn't have faction buff, so the defense was a little bit low. Um, SP Elven jumps in, cannot do much. This really cannot do anything actually. Yeah. I think so. Yeah, that's my pizza. I think your puzzle could have bring the faction buff. I think to be honest, I think bringing Seal was a little bit greedy. Just so the reason you bring faction buff is just because that Leonhard, right? You don't know if the Leonhard is trying to snipe after this spell or just trying to double AoE to kill. So yeah, I think probably faction buff is going to help a lot. Uh, yeah, that SP Alvin is just not doing much. Well, SP Alvin cannot revive is because he was near Leonhardt, right? How would you how would you how would you re, how would you revive when you were close to your friendly units? That's not going to revive. So okay, that's actually a pretty fast move. Yeah, I think Mr. Take Easy's box was not super ideal against the AoE box. The pick and ban wasn't super ideal for both of the games. He was trying really hard to kill that's Albedo, right? Albedo is super hard to kill. Those single target units like SP Elven and Yusuke Detroit is not just going to do much against Albedo. So that's contributed to some of the reason that he lost. Yeah, I think a single target strategy is fun, but you kind of have to play with the pick and ban, and certain blocks is going to shut down single targets, especially single targets from SP Elven, pretty hard. So if you really want to do single targets, units like Lolly Jessica or units like the what's that? The girl uh that that girl, this girl, yeah, Noemi, right? I think those are kind of essential if you want to kill a tank. I mean, you're not going to kill with one shot, but those characters can consistently deal significant damage, so you can kill a couple of turns. Yeah, but you see the damage from SP Elven, right? That SP Elven did 30% damage to the troop, so that's how bad those single target units the against the tank. So yeah, it's really not leading anywhere in that case. So yeah, but I mean, also because that means Pizza's box has 3 tank, so that's really shutting down the single target strategy a lot. I think it's actually easier to snap the land use compared to the effort to snap the albedo. So maybe trying to ban albedo was a better way. Try to just snap the land use might be even easier than snapping albedo. So okay, so that's the review for today. Um, Tomorrow there will be more match, so we will look forward to this weekend's match also. See you guys later. Peace.